Hey guys, what's going on? Odharma here, and welcome to my series review, I guess we'll call it. So it's going to be episode 52 in this series, but obviously it's not a new season. We've finished the series now. It's just a little bit of a nostalgic, retrospective look, season by season, really, to see how we kind of did. So let's jump straight into the first season, which didn't really go as planned. So I think a good place to start will be, I guess, the transfers. Transfer history. Let's go back. So we started off with some real good additions to the team, and I was really pleased with how we fared. We didn't offload everyone, but we got rid of the likes of Bailly cheaper than you'd like to see in 16.5 mil. Then Matic, we got offloaded him 14.75 million. Again, would have liked to have got a bit more money for both of them, around the 20 million region mark, but we needed to get them off the wage bill to make room for the new additions that we wanted, and Ashley Young as well, and Phil Jones. So four established players at the club managed to get offloaded, which freed up a lot of space on the wage bill, and we filled that space for sure. So the first port of call for me was buying a centre back. I knew with the addition of Maguire, it was really good, but I needed someone to play up alongside him, as I didn't really feel confident in the likes of Lindelof being the number 2 guy alongside Maguire. So I knew about Alderweireld because of, in real life, of his clause in the summer, being 25 million, and no one from the Premier League poached him. Me on the other hand, I was like 25 million for an established top like centre back in the Premier League. I was like, we're definitely going to take him. So we snapped him up for 25 million, which was a steal at the time. He was 30, so he was still in his prime. He was in the middle of his prime technically, because it's like from 28 to 32, I think, or 27, 32, something like that. So he was still in the prime of his career. You only had that one season with us, but a decent performer, 7.05, and he's still playing even to this day in Newcastle now, still getting games there. Then we wanted to bolster the midfield again, another place in real life we've struggled with, to say the least. Obviously we've had the addition of Fernandes, who's now joined the club, more of an attacking player, but I feel like he'll have a deeper role just because of the lack of quality in midfield for us in real life. But we're not talking about real life, we're talking about this. So yeah, Cristante comes in for a real good, I thought it was a really good deal, 26.5 million plus a few add-ons. I think it was up to like 30, 35. But yeah, Cristante comes in, does a fantastic job. Had 72 appearances in the league anyway for the club, because it doesn't take in the league, the appearances doesn't add on the cup appearances. It's just every appearance in the league. So he managed 4 seasons at the club. His first season being a dominant one, where he performed magnificently. 7.45, can't really complain about that. Then Belotti came in and he had a cracking first season, to be honest with you. Again, another place we needed more than a Rashford or Martial up top. Greenwood at that point was, he wasn't good enough to lead the line for us. It would take seasons for him to build and increase his stats and stuff to make him a first team player or a starting 11 player. But Belotti here Had a fantastic. He did well for us, really, all things considered. In the first season, considering we didn't have a great first season, he managed to score 19 in the league in 32 games. Very respectable tally in my view. And then after that, we'll go into the superstar addition that we made, which meant that he got less and less game time. But all in all, I mean, how many did he get? He got 21 in 30, in 40, got 21 in 45, 43 games, so in all comps, but very decent. At Ajax now, absolutely smashed it. 19 goals in 29 appearances at Ajax, 28 this season, which is really, really good. Now, I'm pleased to see, to be fair, because he really was a good servant to us, and we didn't necessarily treat him the best. I didn't. When we got in Haaland in the second season, he kind of got thrown to the wayside a little bit, which is I did try and sell him earlier, to be fair, but he's gone to a good home in Ajax and he's performing well, so I'm kind of pleased for him in that front. But the big one, Federico Chiesa, steal, really, 48 million up front, 60 million total fee, which meant it's just unbelievable. What a steal that was, really, looking back. 60 mil, well spent in my view. Been here since day one of me joining the club. Had 5 very solid seasons across the board, with season number 4 an average of 7.85, which is really good for a right winger. Obviously we had Lingard in that position. We had Mata, who can play there as a advanced playmaker, like a wide playmaker. Other than that though, we really lacking in that position. So we managed to basically hit all the key points. We got a centre back, we got a midfielder, we got a striker, and we got a right winger. So it really bolstered our squad, and I really was positive that we could really get a top 4 position. But we were playing a counter-attacking style, and looking back now, maybe we were a bit too passive in our play. I thought it would benefit us with the pace that we've got. We had Martial, Martial out wide, or Rashford, then Bellotti up the middle, and then Chiesa out on the right. We thought with that pace down the flags, we'd be able to counter and punish teams, especially like the top teams in the division. But I didn't really play out too well. So as you can see, Arsenal defeat. A good start to the season, really. 4-3 defeat to Arsenal. Pepe getting a late goal there to just absolutely defeat us. 3-0, 2-1. Bournemouth defeat. We're in the Europa League, weren't we? A 1-0 defeat against Chelsea. So 2 defeats against Big Six sides now. West Ham defeat, who were always a thorn in our side, it seemed anyway. Through the seasons, you'll always see us be getting beaten by West Ham for some reason. They just perform well against us. That was a really good win. I remember that. That really gave me some confidence, winning that game against Tottenham in such a decisive fashion. But yeah, went on then. Back-to-back defeats here. 2-0 to City. Got in really, another defeat against top 6 side. And then Borussia Mönchengladbach, but we then managed to bounce back with a 1-0 win. Rashford getting a goal for us, sealing the deal. Went on a good run now. That game, that was a live com, I believe. Absolutely embarrassing 7-0 defeat. Like, I mean, the gulf at this time, in my head, wasn't that big in the two sides. With the signings I made, I thought we'd caught up to the likes of Liverpool and Man City. Man City's squad, like, quite significantly. Like, we were behind them, but not that much. But like, results like this were just, it was so hard to take. So hard to take. probably because, well, I think it was down to the tactic. Not to say we would have beat them at this point in the series, but I think, ultimately the tactic was where we were going wrong, and you'll see when we switch the tactic, you'll see the run of results change significantly. Arsenal defeat, there you go. Another Bournemouth defeat, and then we managed to get to EFL Cup semi-finals. Luckily we were drawn against Burnley, managed to get through that nicely. We did pick up a win against Chelsea, very good, very nice. And we were in the Europa League, Atalanta, comfortable win. I was like, we for sure are going to win. We're for sure going to win the Europa League. Our squad's really strong. Lost in the EFL Cup final. Liverpool, I don't think we've picked up a win against Liverpool in the first 2 seasons, I don't think. Pretty sure that's the case. Salzburg, was another live com. That was a crunch tie. Very poor in that home game. We should have won that home game from my recollection anyway. And then they pipped us out in a 1-0 away from home. Puts them through. And then turbulent times, really, because we got knocked out the Europa League and we were predicted to win. Didn't win the EFL Cup, which they don't really care about unless you win it, and that gives you a bit of confidence by the board, but didn't manage to win that. Went on a good run though. Yeah, this bit actually, let me just go back. Yeah, so the Salzburg defeats, and then we had this game, which was a live com. I think was it a triple header? I think it was a triple header, where we beat out Chelsea to get through to the semi-final. And this, at this point, the board were like, you need to. I think they were like, you've got to win X amount of games, and if I would have lost this, I probably would have got fired. So yeah, I remember Rashford's missed a penalty in the extra time, second half, I think. And then we went through to penalties, and we managed to edge Chelsea out. Followed up with 1-1 West Ham, 6-1 thumping of Tottenham, nice. 4-0 win Brighton. And then poor end to the season really got us in trouble here, because these run of results here kept us, good. But then this Liverpool defeat 3-2 in the final, which was very gutting. But they were the better team, so you can't really grumble. 2-0 defeat against City, 3-1 win at home against, 3-1 defeat against Liverpool again, which meant that we were on the ropes. But luckily, we got the opportunity to get we got an opportunity to get contract came up, and I was like, I took a chance. I was like, God, we're gonna get fired here, but if I can, before the City game, Liverpool game, a few games before the end of the season, I was like, if I can do this before and secure the contract, I was like, will they still be able to fire me? Will the game allow them to fire me if I've just signed a new contract? So I did that. Poor run, really, at the end of the season, denied us from top 4. We edged out Wolves on goal difference in that. And yeah, with 11 defeats, pretty poor really. Liverpool run out top dogs. I think they won everything. I think they won the quadruple actually. So yeah, madness. Second season. Second season where it all changed. Right, let's have a look at the outs. Romero out off the wage bill. Fred out. Only 15 million. Would like to get a bit more. Alderweireld to Inter. Didn't really replace him. Lindelof came into FA. Smalling went. Sanchez off the wage bill, even though we had to pay we got robbed in that deal effectively, but because we had to pay so much of his wage just to get him off Like we were paying like 60-70% of his wage. Still, whilst he was at Zenit. But this was some crucial players came in at this point now. 192 million spent. Haaland, the main man. I mean, his stats speak for itself. 86 goals in 122 games. He hit 47 goals in 49 games last season, which was nuts. Unbelievable player. Bruno Fernandes, 58 million spent on him. Bargain. Again, another player that stood the test of time with us. Not scored as many goals as you would have hoped, but I've been playing him in a deep role. He's only started playing in the last season, in that 10 role where he's kind of flourished, but he's not really scored that many goals, but he's more been a creator, getting 11 assists this season. But stats speak for itself. Just an amazing player. Then Breel Mbolo was a bargain at the time, a real bargain, 9 million. And he got 15 goals in his first season. Really performed well for us, really. And the second season didn't really play all that much. Then I loaned him out to Roma. And then Milan snapped him up for 44 million, so he made a good bit of business on Mbolo. I don't know why Clubbats offered him up for 9 million, to be honest. Can't really remember it now, whether it was like to do with that he wanted to leave or something, so they had to sell him cheap. Not too sure. Pellegrini, another one. Crucial player. Just, brilliant player. World class. At 27, still just entering his prime now. Still got a few seasons playing at the top level. Ruben Neves was stupid money at the time, but I just went all focused on midfield, and I strengthened so much. This midfield improved so much because I had Fred, Pogba, McTominay. Who else did I have? Who did I sign? Fred, McTominay. Oh, Cristante. But I bought in like for like, so Neves and Cristante would play together. Pellegrini and Pogba would play in a box to box, and advanced playmaker would be Fernandes. So yeah, and Wagnerman. Nice little signing for us. Hasn't really played that too many games. Having said that, I mean, he's won a lot of things with us, and he's performed well when he played. It's just he had more important players in front of him, but he got, to be fair, 30 odd games in his first season. 19, 21, 23. So he got a few games. He got a few games. He was a good utility player. So let's have a look then at the schedule. Again, a ropey start to say the least. 3-0 defeat against Tottenham, and you're thinking, Jesus Christ, this is going to be another terrible season. Well, by United standards. And I was like, alright, we need to get the top four's the priority. I didn't really anticipate. Well, with them signings, to be fair, I thought it'd be close. I thought we'd be close to City and Liverpool, but I never thought for 1 second we'd win it. I just thought that we'd solidify a third place finish and best of the rest type thing, and then push on from there. But Tottenham defeat, first month, ropey defeat against Crystal Palace. September, draw against Chelsea, a 7-0 absolute blitzing by City, similarly to the Liverpool game. Then October, very congested, only defeat against Liverpool, but picked up a win against Tottenham again in the EFL Cup. Good wins in November, very solid outing. December as well, barring a 2-1 defeat against Wolves, and this is the time that signifies the tactic change. Excuse me. Where we went from a counter-attack to a gegenpress, because I was like, I'm sick to death of the inconsistency. Even though we'd had a good run of wins from the Tottenham game to Southampton, games where we were barely edging out teams effectively, and at that point I just had enough, because I was like, we should be beating, like, with the additions we made, like Neves, Pellegrini, Fernandes, like, changed our midfield. Defence, we were a bit weaker because of Alderweireld, but Lindelof started performing really well, so we didn't miss him too much. Then up front we had Haaland now, Chiesa, Rashford, Martial on that left wing, and yeah, just unbelievable. And I was like, yeah, we need something needs to change, because it's just not really getting any better. Like, we were still in that 5th, 6th, Europa League spots. And I was like, right, we need to do something here, or else we're going to miss out on Champions League again. And that's what we did. We moved to a gegenpress, which was suggested by Mike Phelan, who was our assistant manager at the time. And then 2-0 win against Arsenal, comfortable. We dominated that game. And a 1-0 win, which we dominated again against Arsenal. So back-to-back wins against Arsenal, which is unheard of compared to, like, the first half of the season and the first season itself. So I mean, got into the EFL Cup semi-final, like a 2-1 defeat against Liverpool. Some hairy moments. Still lost to Liverpool 4-2, but a better performance in general. A bit more bite to our team. And then we managed a crucial victory in the EFL Cup semi-final, leg 2, to put us through to our second EFL Cup final in a row. 10-0, I remember that 10-0 thumping of Young Boys, which was mad. Yeah, just unbelievable. That was a live gone. Followed by our first ever trophy, crucial win. I was so pleased that we managed to win this EFL Cup, because that just kind of solidified that we were moving in the right direction, that we could actually beat City. They scored a late penalty, but a decent display by us. And then I really did believe that we could really get the Europa League title wrapped up as well this season, because realistically the league was too far away. We picked up too many defeats. So we keep going. Europa League, beat Fenerbahce into the quarters. We lose against Chelsea in an annoying tie there, to not in the last 16 or 5th round. Then in the quarter-final, tough games against Tottenham, but we edged them out to put us through to a semi-final. Look at this end of the season form, very decent wins, a lot of clean sheets as well. What you like to see. Marseille comfortable in the semi-final, and then in the final, what more did you say? Just demolishing Benfica, absolutely demolishing them. So where did that leave us in the league? I believe we ended up in 4th, behind Arsenal, if I'm correct. Yeah, we did. So we had the late charge. We were sitting in 5th, 6th, 5th for quite a while, and then we just, towards that back end of the season, when we swapped the tactic, we managed to just push. We had like a 9-point gap to Chelsea, which was very decent. Arsenal had a really good season. Liverpool, obviously had an amazing season, hitting 99 points. City with 10 points behind them, and they were on 89. So that just shows what good season they had. But yeah, them 3 clubs on another level to me, and then I was, kind of substantially ahead of the likes of Chelsea, Tottenham and Wolves. So very good all in all. And now season 3. Now we've got 2 trophies under our belt, and now I thought, right, this is the time. This is the time for us to really kick on. And I wanted to keep Pogba, but Pogba wanted to leave, which was disappointing. Like, I would have liked to have kept him, but it all worked out well in the end. And he did generate us, some funds for sure. So he went for 104 million to PSG. A likely home for him, obviously, with him being French connection. They were a superpower at that point. They bought Kane for ridiculous money. They were just buying players for just stupid money, which is good to me because I reinvested a lot of money back into the squad anyway, and bought a replacement effectively for him. Lindelof. Lingard went 23.5 million. I'm not too sure how his career went after that. Went to Arsenal, played 5 games over 2 seasons, and then he's gone to Real Sociedad and playing regularly. Which is good to see. He didn't really play too bad for us, to be honest, but I wanted to take my team to another level, and Lingard for sure wasn't part of that plan. Pereira went as well, got him off the wage bill. He was like 50k a week. Didn't perform too bad, to be honest with you, when he played. But yeah, that's that. So the main culprits then, after that £104 million move to PSG, Ager. Now Ager, I wanted to get in my second season, but we just I can't remember whether we couldn't afford to do it or he just wouldn't join us. I feel like he just wouldn't join us because we didn't have the Champions League football. But now the roles have reversed. Tottenham were in the Europa League and we got Champions League, which meant that he was more inclined to join us, which he did. 50 million, I believe it was, wasn't it? Was it 50 million? Yeah, with 80 million add-ons. Well worth it though. To me, he's probably been. He's been our best centre back. He really has. The stats don't lie. He's had a few niggly injuries, I believe, here and there. But it's okay that he's had them injuries, little niggly ones here and there, because he's performed so well for when he's been in the team. 39 games played there. 40 games, 42. 40 again, regular starter for us. Enjoyed 3 really good seasons for a centre back, 7.4 in season number 4. Fantastic. Savage, who was the like-for-like replacement for Pogba. I wanted to have Pogba and Savage in the squad, which would have kind of been overkill, I guess, because I kind of wouldn't have been able to play him all at this point, because I was playing a 4-3-3, like a Liverpool 4-3-3 effectively. Gegenpress, it was very similar setup to Liverpool in some respects, just a few little tweaks to the tactic, Gegenpress tactic, but not too much from the generic one that you get when you pick Gegenpress. Is just a few little tweaks. But yeah, Savage is a bad signing, just next level, top quality. I bought him in multiple previous games of Football Manager. He's always performed well. He's just really good. Not scored as many goals as I thought he would. I remember having him last Football Manager 19. He used to bang in goals, in that box-to-box position. Not to say that he's not scored. He scored 10, 11, 9. Still decent for a box-to-box midfielder. But yeah, I remember last Football Manager 19 he was scoring 15, 16 goals a season, which was nuts. But yeah, consistent performer for us. 727, 755, 754. Very, very good. It's 85 million, big money paid, but worth it. Worth it for what we managed to achieve with him in the team. Brennan, nice little find. What strengthen that left side of midfield. Shaw wasn't really convinced, and Wagnerman, I didn't really see him as the starter. I didn't really see him as being good enough to start. I found this guy, I never heard of him before, to be honest. Not really gonna lie, not gonna beat around the bush on that. I've never heard of Renan before, but good little player. We got him for 19.25 million. Really been a good servant. Played really well. Really good technicals for a winger. Quick. Good pace. Good defensive qualities. Very good technicals. So winning fullback in my eyes. Then Koulibaly, we got that addition now that Alderweireld left. He filled the void. Very similarly in age to Alderweireld when he joined us. I think he was 29, Koulibaly, when he joined us, but in his prime, worth a lot of money. Just a beast, not necessarily the best on the ball, but we had Asia, who was really good technically on the ball, so I didn't, that they complement each other quite well as a centre-back pairing, and that proved to be right, really, because 70 million, but 7.09, 735, 728, very good ratings, can't really complain. Then we started bringing in a few little youngsters here, adding to the team, thinking about the future, even though it was always going to be a 5-year series, but I just was playing it as though we were going to carry on for years as Manchester United manager. 16.75 million he's worth now. Milanovic, he has had a good season at Sheffield United, but he didn't manage to keep him up. Marcus Jefferson, this is a wonder kid, Steele at 110k. Andreas, it's decent. He's very similar current ability to Jefferson, but he just hasn't got that potential. Silvani, he's not really worked out as great as you'd hope, but he's had some really good loan spells. 92 appearances already at 21, which is very decent. Let's quick fire to the third season then, where this was big season for us now. Pogba went out, he wanted to leave, probably he was disrupting the dressing room a little bit. Savic comes in, Koulibaly comes in to strengthen further. We still had Haaland, we've got Fernandes now, we've got Neves, we've got Pellegrini. We're firing on all cylinders now. Rashford, Martial, Chiesa, Haaland, they're all developed into top players now. Not just top youth prospects now, they're top class in regards to anyone in the world. Stats-wise, they're as good as anyone in the world now. So we had really good balance of youth and experience. And we just started on an absolute flyer, barring the unfortunate 4-1 super defeat against Liverpool, which is kind of a bit of an anomaly, really, because look at the run we go on here. First foray into the Champions League. Don't really have any problems at all. Bit of a slip up here. 3 games here. West Ham drew, Frankfurt defeat, Everton draw. I think that might have live come then. I think that was a live come, that bit. That Frankfurt, especially that Frankfurt defeat, seems familiar. Then a bit of a wobble in December. A lot of games. Leicester draw, Bournemouth draw, Arsenal draw. Not too sure why we kind of burnt out a little bit. Maybe it's just the team was tired, I'm not too sure. And we came back strong though in January. 3-0, 4-0, 4-0, 3-0, 1-0, 2-0. That's ridiculous. Get knocked out of the FA Cup again though. Our FA Cup exploits have not been really too great in this series. That's one thing to note, but one thing we have been good at is the EFL Cup. Even though we got defeated in the first leg against Liverpool. Oh, that was the second leg, sorry. Yeah, we went through because we smashed them in the first leg, yeah. Got that wrong. Win, defeat. Champions League, first knockout round, beats Real Madrid. win that one. Big game. That's a big first European test, really, because we've not really played any Benfica was a big team, Marseille, but the players that they had weren't on the level of the likes of Real Madrid. Good win though, 2-1 away. Tottenham 3-0 win over them to lift the EFL Cup for the second time. We managed to reach the final in every year, which is kind of mad for the EFL Cup, because we didn't really used to play weak teams. I like to try and win every trophy if all possible. If I've got the squad to, like the strong squad, then I like to just go for every trophy. Even though the EFL Cup's not as big as like the clusters that it's probably the least recognised trophy out of like the ones available, like the FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, but I'll take it for sure. So yeah, we smashed them 3-0. Then we carry on this, boom, knock out Real Madrid. Then we get to Arsenal, a 3-1 home defeat. Left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth when Koulibaly got sent off after 30 minutes, but I knew we were still in the tie because we didn't perform too bad. Well, we were a bit on the ropes, to be fair, actually thinking about it now. We ran a bit of ropes, but we managed to pull it back to get through to the semi-final, which was amazing. And then we had the semi-final against Liverpool, and bear in mind Liverpool had won like 3 Champions Leagues in a row at this point, and we got edged out by that 4-0 away defeat, which was kind of out the blue, really. At this time, having beat them in the league, knocked them out in the EFL Cup, I was confident that we were going to get through. I knew it was always going to be tough, but I had utmost confidence in my team. We won the home leg, lost the away leg too heavily, and that really cost us. But we rounded out the league with a 2-0 win over City, very good, and 3-1 win against Wolves, which is always a good result because Wolves are very good on this game this season. And then that led us to be Premier League champions for the first time. There you go, 91 points, only 3 defeats in the league, 80 goals scored. Koulibaly clearly was the key signing, as we only conceded 18 goals. And obviously, Renan joined as well, to be fair. Played quite a lot of games in that season, but our defensive stability just came through. We were scoring goals for fun as well up top. Liverpool dropped to 4th, which was quite surprising, and they were behind us. And they just dropped off in the last few games, which allowed City and Chelsea to just jump ahead of them. But we were comfortably ahead, which meant we won the league and EFL Cup. So another double for us. But we wanted to go for a historic. We wanted to go for a history and try and get a treble or a quadruple if at all possible. We wanted to go one better. And this is where season number 4 comes in, where things get very interesting because we go absolutely ridiculous. We'll just go through actually the outs. Dalot, 32 mil, wasn't really getting played as much. He was complaining about. He just said that he wanted to go at this point. He won the league with us, wanted a new challenge. Bang, gone. 32 million, got some good money for him. Can't complain. Cristante was a bit disappointing. He was always kind of moaning. Neves was getting the nod because Neves was a bit more of a better playmaker, like deep line playmaker than him. So I always give him the nod over Cristante. But he's a great servant to the club. He won a league with us, won Europa League, won 2 EFL Cups. So we can't be too disheartened with that. And then As you can see, look at it, outs 57 to the ins, 399 million, nearly bankrupted the goddamn club with these. So we'll go through the summer signings first. Mbappe, we needed that. I was like, to win the Champions League, our squad's so good right now, but to just that missing like 1%. We need to go stupid and buy like the best player in the world. Who is the best player in the world? It's Kylian Mbappe. 200 million in the pot. Absolutely obscene. He's done wonders for us. 34 goals in 56 games off on the right wing. He's not playing as a striker, he's playing out on the right, scoring goals for fun. Top player. Only 25 as well. Got many more years to go. Aaron's swap for Dallo. I was like, right, we need strength on the right wing. We've got Wan-Bissaka. Can we get anyone better than Wan-Bissaka? Yes, we can. Max Aarons, who was at Norwich, went to Tottenham. I was keeping an eye on him at Norwich, but he hadn't quite developed into the player that he is now. But Tottenham kind of bridged that gap for us, developed him a bit more over a season, and then we pinched him off them. But a lot of money, to be fair, 71 million. But at this point, I didn't care. I was just like, money. Get these guys that we need. Does he? My thing was, does he strengthen the starting 11? Yes, get him in. So I got him in. Gerardo Aguirre, this is when he joined in the 4th season. He was actually started playing games for us now, and played 12 for us this season. Looking very good. Current ability 4-star. I don't think that's quite correct. My coaches are being a bit generous on that, but for sure he's a wonder kid and going to be one of the top fullbacks in the league at age 19 already. Gonzalo Gonzalez. Decent little player. Didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped. Ludwig as well. 19 though, still got time to develop. Could develop into a real good Premier League player. Armini was a bit of a punt, and he's played a few games in the last season. He didn't play at all in season number 4 when we actually signed him. But yeah, good little player, 3.2 million. He wanted to leave. I was like, I'll have a look at his stats. Then compared him, I was like, yeah, he could be a good backup. Good backup to, Koulibaly, Ajer, Lindelof, because Maguire's not really featuring too much. So yeah, he joined. Very decent, because I could sell him on and make money on him, so that'll be good. Before this came to worse, Juan Dominguez not really turned out all that great. Well, not a bad little player, but he's never going to probably play for us. Nemanja, again, decent stats, but again, I don't think he'll ever play for us. Could end up as a 3-star player, which is, a solid Premier League player by all standpoints. Michel Mosca, again, another one that I thought turned out a little bit better than he has done. But he's only 825 mil. They'll probably make money on all these guys, to be fair, even if they don't figure in. Anyway, waffling on now. So, I might as well go to the schedule and I'll tell you about the Isabel situation and how it came about. So we go on to try and defend our title, which is always a tough task. Community Shield 1, bang. Oh wait, sorry, that was a lie. Right, season number 4. Solid start, beat City, bit of a slip up against West Ham, but we know that's going to happen because it just always does happen against them for some reason. So, Arsenal 2-2. Everton 4-2 defeat, Schalke 3-3, Tottenham's 0-0. And you're thinking, oh god, like, this is not what's supposed to happen. But somehow, I don't know where that form came from at the start of the season, but we went on an absolutely insane run of wins and just staying undefeated. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 games unbeaten until that slip up against Tottenham. In that time, they had the Qatar World Cup, so we played a few friendlies. Gave some of the players a bit of a rest. I don't really think anyone got injured at the World Cup, which kind of helped us. As well, we beat the likes of Liverpool 4-2 away at Anfield, which was really good. Bit of a bar draw against Chelsea, which is unfortunate, but yeah, a little slip up against Tottenham, but then we went straight back on the wins. Norwich, Everton, Aston Villa, Stoke, Wolves. Got to the knockout round, got a bit of revenge on old Salzburg, which was nice. EFL Cup final, knocked off Liverpool, which was really good. Pick up another EFL Cup, a third EFL Cup, I might add. Then we continue big games against PSG. That obviously we live commed, edged them out. You know, it's very close. I should say, let's go back to January. So run of games. There's talk of a takeover happening, and I'm like, but it's probably not going to happen, is it? It does happen, and I forgot that I put a Yerzabel. I wanted to go more aggressive with the tactic and play a 4 instead of, because I've been playing a 4-3-3. Like, that was our title winning tactic in season number 3, and I was like, right, I want to go more aggressive. And with the players we've got now and how they've developed, we were a lot better. We were so strong. I was like, yeah, let's sit someone in a number 10 role. And obviously I'd seen Yerzabel at Sociedad, but he just wouldn't leave. They were just saying the bids were unacceptable, and I was putting in like I overdid the bid, and the board were like, nah, you can't put that. He's not worth like that much money. I think I put a bid in of like 80 million for him. And at the beginning of the season, they were like, he's not worth that much. Like, but and so they like denied me the opportunity to get him. We get to January anyway, and I clicked him as a top transfer target for the board to just get him, but I couldn't remember that because I was too busy playing the games, getting into the season, and then lo and behold, a new owner comes in, and then he's like, yeah, I'll get you a Yerzabel. So he pushed the deal through, 142 million, managed to get him, and then our squad was complete in a sense, like, because we were just running through everyone pretty much. So as you can see, PSG, Yerzabel got on the score sheet in that one, in the home leg 2-2, but we managed to win at 2-1 away, which is unbelievable. Semi-final, smash Stoke, easy. Semi-final leg against Liverpool, a repeat of season number 3, but this time the 4-3 defeat away, 4-0 win at home now, which puts us through to the final. And I knew it was our time. I just knew it was our time. Burnley defeat, 6-1, 6-0, 5-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-1. FA Cup for the first time, amazing. And Champions League victory. It's Barcelona, 3-1, dominant victory that was. As you can imagine, so we've won the FA Cup, Champions League, EFL Cup, and as you'd imagine by all them greens that you've seen, that we did in fact manage to win the title for the second time. 108 goals, 25 conceded, just ridiculous. Just ridiculous stats. 83 goal difference, unbelievable. As you know now, we'll just run through quickly because obviously season 5 will be fresh in the memory. Really struggling a little bit. Struggled a little bit this season. Dip in performance. like the 5-1 defeat against West Ham, 4-1 against City, 4-2 against Newcastle, 3-2 against Liverpool, 3-1 against Leicester. Luckily we were picking up a lot of wins, not really drawing games, which meant that we did in fact win the title in the end. But it was close against City, and they really did perform well. Just edged them out at the last games of the season. Managed to win a Super Cup, Carabao Cup, Community Shield and Premier League. We lost, unfortunately, in Real Madrid, which sucked in the Champions League, and then the 6th round, the FA Cup against City. Disappointing. I thought we could beat the quadruple, but wasn't to be. Let's have a look at club info, records. Let's have a look if we've got any records to speak of, because I've not really looked at this, to be honest. Most goals scored in a season, 114. We've got that record, which is sick. Most wins, 30 wins, there you go. Most points, 94, the most points ever. I think is that the Champions League winning season? I believe it is. Highest attendance as well. Obviously, we've expanded the stadium in the last couple of seasons. No one managed to beat Bobby Charlton's most league goals. No one was able to beat most overall goals by a player in one season. Lorenzo had the highest rating. Most assists by Rashford, most clean sheets by De Gea, most man of the matches by Haaland. Highest fee received, 103 million. Highest fee paid, 200 million for Mbappe. Let's have a look. Most overall goals in the season, Belotti in the first one, then Haaland 27, 23, 24, 41, 47. Stupid. Most league goals by a player in the season, 19, 14, 14, 25, 33. Most goals by a player in a match, Haaland again, dominating that one. Most goals by a player in a league match, Belotti, Martial, Rashford, then Haaland. Most assists, let's have a look at this one, this will be interesting. Pogba 9, Fernandes 14, Pellegrini 12, Rashford 19, and Mbappe 19, interesting. Most clean sheets will obviously be De Gea, that third season where we conceded 18 goals, but had a lot of clean sheets, highest average rating. Pogba and Bolo, which is kind of mad to be honest, I didn't know that. Pellegrini twice, and then Mbappe this season 7.93, which is stupid. Most player of the match awards, Rashford, Fernandes, Haaland. Youngest player, Aguero, and obviously Mason. Oldest players, De Gea 33 now. Youngest goal scorer, Aguero, Mason. Oldest goal scorer, Koulibaly 32. Fans player of the year, Cristante, Fernandes, Pellegrini, Rashford. Fastest goals, 40 seconds, 19 seconds by Haaland is the fastest ever goal, which is stupid. We'll just have a look. Managers, there we go. So we had 3 league wins, 9 cups in 5 seasons, which I think is pretty decent. I'm happy with that. Best 11. We'll go through the season by season best 11. So there's season number 1. Season number 2, you can see the change, especially in that midfield, all different. Bolo out on the right, out pipping Chiesa on that one. It's interesting. Season number 3, Koulibaly's Renan. Season number 4, our Champions League winning team. The formation change into a 4-2-3-1. He has a ball in that pocket. Mbappe out on the right now. Aaron's out on the as a right back as well. Yeah, overall, let's have a look at the facts and figures. So De Gea in with 188 appearances. Wan-Bissaka gets into 11, which is probably rightly so because he's been all the way through. Not started. Well, he started a fair few games, but never been us nailed on right back, but consistent through the 5 seasons. Very good. Maguire, 125 appearances, 17.14 rating. Ajer gets in there ahead of Koulibaly and Lindelof, 82 appearances. Shaw is right back. Interesting, because he gets a lot of injuries, but he managed to get his way in there. 69 appearances in 5 seasons isn't fantastic by any, it isn't great, but he stood the test of time at the club, so fair play to him. Neves, 109 games, very decent. Played tons and tons of games since he's joined, as has Pellegrini, 101 games, 19 goals. Bruno Fernandes, 119 games, 16 goals. Then Rashford is an interesting choice out on the right. I don't necessarily think that's correct. I think Chiesa probably deserves the nod on that one, but he's managed to get out on the right there in the best 11. 36 goals in 54 games, which is very good for our backup striker. Rashford, 82 goals in 165 games. He's really developed his goal scoring from season 1 to season 5, even though in the last season he didn't really score that many, but from season 1 to season 4, let's say that. Haaland, 91 in 126 games. Just ridiculous stats, that's just top tier, absolute top tier. Dean Henderson played some crucial games for us. Played some crucial games for us. 16 appearances. I feel like he's played more than that. I'm assuming this is just league appearances. Koulibaly, 69. Been a great servant, great addition to the squad. Lindelof, again, great servant. Milinkovic-Savic, hard done by that he's not managed to figure into the top 11, but he's on the, he is in the squad, which is good to see. Chiesa, right wing, deserves, in my opinion. He's in my starting 11. I'll just say that. Pogba, worthy spot on the bench. 92 games, 19 goals. And Martial, who's kind of been plagued a little bit by injury, but 141 games, 49 goals. Deserves this spot on there as well. And then finally, we'll have a look at the Hall of Fame. Where did we end up? In the world's greatest footballers. Well, I know straight off the bat we didn't make it onto the top 20 of all time. Which is a little bit disappointing, but seems we've only done 5 seasons. I can't be too hard on myself. So nationality, we're the second best English manager of all time, obviously behind Bob Paisley, famous Liverpool manager, in the late 70s, 80s, scored so many Champions League wins, or European Cup wins, was what they called it back then. So I'll gladly take second. I managed to pick Brian Clough, which is an amazing achievement. It's alright, he managed to secure 2 Champions League wins, 4 EFL Cups, two Premier League, sorry. So very happy with that one. 3 Premier League wins, 4 EFL Cups, 1 Community Shield, 1 Super Cup, 1 FA Cup, 1 Champions League, 1 Europa League. Not too shabby. Nation. So we are the 9th best manager in England, or in England's history. 3 Premier Leagues. Guardiola's won 2 Premier Leagues, but he's won more FA Cups and stuff. Jose, not really won anything in a while. Quite far down on that, but I'm in the top 10. I don't know where Klopp is, which is interesting. I thought he's still at Liverpool, but continent, yeah, don't make it in. Klopp, let's have a look. Just out of intrigue, where does he figure it? I'm guessing he must be, wait, worldwide, here we go. So he's the 5th best manager of all time now, which is understandable. What's he won in his time at? So he's won 4 Champions Leagues, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Community Shields, 1 FA Cup, 1 EFL Cup, 2 FIFA Club World Cups and 2 Super Cups. So yeah, understandable why he's head and shoulders above me. And he's knocking on the door of the likes of Mourinho, Ancelotti, Guardiola and Ferguson being the best managers ever. So on that note, it's been a long kind of plodding kind of review of the series, but I thought it'd be nice just to give my thoughts on everything, show a few of the stats, and stuff like that. Yeah, so thank you for watching this series. It's kind of been the first major series of the channel and been very crucial in my development on YouTube as well, like speaking in front of the camera, editing, or everything, all the aspects of like YouTube. I feel like I've developed quite a lot from the first episode to the, episode 52, which is this episode. So I'll be bringing you very shortly my new series. It's going to be a lower league kind of save, like building the club from ground zero all the way up to the top. As far as I'm aware now, it's going to be #United because it kind of has that YouTube link, and yeah, I think it'll be kind of good. I followed them on YouTube since the start of the hashtag, the whole hashtag being created, to obviously now playing in the league football ladder. They're in the 9th tier, I think, of English football, and that's where we'll be starting with them. So yeah, I hope even one person, if you've got through to the end of this video, thank you very much. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you want to subscribe, comment if you want to comment, and yeah, I guess I'll see you for the hashtag series, because I'm really looking forward to it, so I'll see you there. Cheers.